Hi, everyone. This is Tabarak from the marketing team at Tenjin.
And this is Kana from customer success team at Tenjin. I service European and Middle Eastern customers to scale their app.
And today we will be discussing cohorted versus non-cohorted revenue metrics. So thank you for being here, Kana. I'll get to the first question. What are non-cohorted metrics and how are they calculated?
Yeah, so this is a common question that we receive. So non-cohorted metrics are especially non-cohorted revenue metrics. There are three kinds: ad revenue, IP revenue, and total revenue. Ad revenue is what you make from showing ads. IP revenue is in-app purchases, and the total revenue is the sum of ad revenue plus IP revenue. So you can see on our dashboard, here is ad revenue, and then IP revenue and total revenue. And like I said, total revenue is the sum of these two. You can see the app level, and then ad network level, and then the campaign level, also site ID and keyword level, all broken down and allocated.
And what are cohorted metrics and how are they calculated?
Yes, so cohorted metrics is a little bit different than ad revenue or non-cohorted metrics. It usually looks something like X day ad revenue LTV, X day ad revenue LTV per user. And this is the cumulative ad revenue X days after install. So that means that they all have something in common, like the date of install. And X day IP revenue LTV is the same thing, except for in-app purchases. The total revenue cohorted metric is going to be the sum of IP and ad revenue LTV metrics. And also you can see here the per user metrics is also very useful. This is simply divided by the user, the cohorted metric.
And how are cohorted and non-cohorted metrics different from, let's say, ad revenue or total revenue metrics?
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a difference. So let's say on March 27th, the ad revenue is $100. So the ad revenue metric will signify that you will receive $100 for this day from your ad network, ad monetization network specifically. So it can be ad revenue that's coming in from a user that installed 1 year ago or even yesterday. So it doesn't make any distinction. But the 7-day ad revenue LTV per user metric will only specify like users who have been using your app for 7 days and put this in this group. If you look at this on the dashboard, you can see 7, 14, and up to 180 days IPL to be ad revenue to be per user metrics. And this is also broken down into channels, campaigns, and site ID and keywords level. And yeah, you can make all kinds of dashboards that suit to your needs.
Thank you. And I'm wondering, how do companies use these metrics?
So the use cases are usually about the non-cohorted revenues. It's accounting based and also for cash flow planning overview purposes. So for example, the ad revenue metric is going to show you how much the monetization channel owes you for that particular day. And then just as an overview, the success of that channel. While the cohorted revenue usually tells you about the profitability. So if you aim to benchmark and make your money back on day 7, so you can compare 7-day ad revenue LTV per user metric to CPI, and then this will tell you that you are making your money back in 7 days or not.
Great. Thank you, Kana. Those are all of my questions for today. And thank you everyone for listening. If you do have more questions on cohorted versus non-cohorted metrics, please leave a comment on this video or reach out to us directly at support@tenjin.com.